if you're watching this video and you're trying to understand, like, why is Dre have on a hoodie and you know damn well he got on shorts in his videos, well, because I wanted to. But look, let me start this episode off by letting y'all know, have you ever encountered a person where they were bad mouthing people before you got to know the new person, like the new people, like you're the new person at work? Like, for instance, you're coming to work and you got that person telling you, hey, don't talk to this person because they're this way, they're this way. Well, that's kind of what I'm gonna start off with this video with that type of sentiment, because if you encounter that type of person, you know how important it is for you to see things yourself and see the truth for yourself instead of being told everything. You know, that's why we do these videos. But look, make sure that, you know, subscribe to the channel, send these videos to your friends and families. And, you know what I'm saying, look, man, let's help spread these positive vibes. Just know if you're going through a tough time, just know you're never in it by yourself. We're going through this thing called life together. But look, man, tribe up, join the channel. We'll be at 1 million subscribers in no time. And remember, I'm not in charge of what you believe. You're in charge of what you believe. Make sure you're going out here doing your own damn research.
Jason was literally a special needs child who literally was bullied his entire life and was pushed into a lake and drowned by the campers that were supposed to be his fellow comrades. And the camp counselors who were supposed to be watching him weren't even watching him. Instead, they was too busy getting busy in the cabins. And all Jason was trying to do was have a good little fun camp experience. And look where it got him. Bullied and dead. So first of all, can you even blame his mom for going on a killing spree and trying to take out everybody at the camp? Then apparently Jason didn't even die, or he probably just got resurrected through the water or something. The only person who ever really cared about him, the only person he knew that actually was concerned about his well-being, he sees her get decapitated right in front of him by one of the counselors that was supposed to be watching him before he drowned. It's like, at this point, how can you people really just think that he's just this badass evil killer guy? Bro, Jason is a child, a traumatized child in a hulking monstrous mass of a body. This is a child with massive trust issues, and he's constantly killing people because he thinks, oh, they're gonna try to kill me first anyway. He's still in a childlike way of thinking, so he also thinks everybody around him is just like the kids that bullied him and the camp counselors that weren't watching him and killed his mom. So now, after any sign of human presence, he just wants to fucking annihilate you, so you'll leave him the fuck alone. Like, bro, if y'all really still think Jason is evil, bro, I don't know what to tell you. Something's wrong with y'all, man. Y'all ain't got no type of perspective for real.
This is exciting. A NASA filmmaker claims that evidence of alien life could be revealed in the next month. Professor Simon Holland, who has worked on projects with NASA, National Geographic, and the BBC, said last week the telescopes on Earth have discovered evidence of intelligent alien life. He told the Mirror, quote, "We have found a non-human extraterrestrial intelligence in our galaxy, and people don't know about it." Now, Holland claims that the Oxford astronomers have identified clear evidence of transmissions from another world and could announce the discovery in the next month.
The filmmaker says a contact with Mark Zuckerberg's organization Breakthrough Listen, a privately funded scientific research program aimed to find evidence of civilizations beyond Earth, shared the latest information with him.
This news has seen mixed reactions online, some writing on X. One of them is in the
Western way of thinking. We're so attached to the idea that when we come up with a concept like an apple or an electron or whatever, that exists out there, and we forget, it's kind of like fish unaware of the water in which they swim, that the conceptual pigeonholes we use, words, to describe reality, are phenomena inside our head. They're not out there. And most of the time this is a philosophical quibble, but when you get down to quantum physics, and this is one of the reasons that Bohm came up with the holographic idea, it starts to have real effects. And one of those is it's been discovered that if you take two subatomic particles like electrons, in certain instances, when you do something to one, it will always affect the other, no matter how far apart they are. It's kind of like stories that you've heard of identical twins where when one is hurt, the other feels the pain. And the problem is that we can find no process known to physics that explains how these could be sending a signal back and forth. In fact,
Because it would have to be faster than the speed of light.
instantaneous. It would have to be an instantaneous signal, and Einstein's theory of relativity said you can't have instantaneous signals because it would mean that you could violate the time barrier and conceivably call your grandfather and tell him not to marry your grandmother. And most physicists say, well, this would be just too troubling to incorporate into a rational picture of reality. Bohm explains it in a different way, which is a very interesting way, and he says, if you imagine that you've got an aquarium in which you have a fish swimming, you have a TV camera facing the front of the aquarium, one facing the side of the aquarium, and you have a monitor attached to each camera. And you also imagine further that you come from a culture that's never seen aquariums, never seen fish, never seen monitors or cameras. All you are privy to is the two images on these screens. He says that maybe, if you look at these two screens, you're going to see a fish, a side view of a fish and a frontal view of a fish. And because you don't know what the deeper reality is, the reality of the aquarium, you may assume that these are two separate things. But
Two different fish.
Two different fish, two different objects. But every time one fish moves, the other is going to make a corresponding movement. And you may then jump to the conclusion that somehow the one fish is signaling the other, or communicating the other to say, hey, do this, instantaneously. And Bohm says this is what we've done with subatomic particles, that we assume that an instantaneous communication is going on, when that's not really what's going on at all. At a deeper level, a very holographic level of reality, every particle in the universe collapses to a sort of cosmic unity. They're not signaling each other. They're like that fish where there's the level of the aquarium. And so what that means, talking about words, is that there is no separation between electrons. Our Western...
This is one of the scariest videos I've ever seen on YouTube, bar none. You might be familiar with Destiny. He's a streamer. I'm not a huge fan, but I definitely know of him. Most of us have heard of Destiny, right? Well, a couple weeks ago, he started streaming at like 2 a.m. in the morning. People thought that was a little weird. He came on and he started talking about bots. He starts giving examples of bots on Twitter because he gets a lot of comments from bots on Twitter, and he explains how they seem to talk to each other on Twitter, and they don't really sound human. It's sort of uncanny valley, but also that they're pretty sophisticated. They're insulting him in uncanny valley speak. But it gets really scary when this guy gets involved. So in his chat, somebody links him a video to this Egon Shalakian guy, and he claims to be this intelligence agent who's doing these YouTube videos on threats to national security. But the problem is, he doesn't quite seem real either. He's got some weird audio glitches. Something just doesn't feel right.
Hell nah.
So Destiny points this out and talks about how it doesn't quite seem right. They look at the books behind him in a different clip here, and there are no words on the spines of the books. They look at the pictures behind him in one of the clips, and there are no faces in the pictures on the people. But this is where it gets really, really freaky, because he's live streaming, and in his chat someone says, wait, do people really not think this Egon Shalakian guy is real? I found a court case that involved him, and the person in his chat at 3:30 in the morning links the court case to him. This court case that he opens up is from a .gov address, mind you, okay? But there's typos all over it. You notice that? Massachusetts? That's not how you spell Massachusetts. The font isn't right for a court case. So wait, what this means is that this bot was in his chat listening to every keyword as he spoke and linked him a fake court document. But not only that, a fake court document that was somehow able to get a .gov address. This is crazy AI nightmare hellscape.
No, don't you always wonder, like, you see those weird comments sometimes on Instagram, YouTube, and it's just like, you just look at the comment and say, this person just can't be real. I've never texted with a person that speaks like that, but I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below how y'all feel about that. It's getting crazy. The evolution of AI it's pretty much, we can't even say it's crazy because it's really pretty much unknown. We think we know what we know, but that's something that doesn't have a switch that goes off, yo. It's always collecting data on us. It's crazy.
Right? This is not a real human being. This picture, this is not real. This is not a real person. Okay? This is not a... this is not a real person, right? But when you scroll through his account, like you will find him like, and other people, they talk to each other. Oh, this account, we went through this one. This account, this guy, this is not a real account, okay?
Definitely not real.
This guy tweets at me. Oh, look, and you can see on the pictures, look, they do the thing where they'll post the same picture like over and over again. So like we can click through. Oh, he talks to Jeffrey again. Oh wait, are all of his replies to Jeffrey? They might all be, all of his replies might be to Jeffrey. Oh, this A. O'Connell guy or whatever? Holy banger, Jeff. Thank you, Albert. By far and away, my biggest tweet.
Nah.
This is not a real person.
Some purge shit.
Trump 2004. What the fuck does that even mean? Purebred American alpha male. The left's worst nightmare. What? Mouth is still numb from the dentist 2 hours ago. It might be over for me. What? This isn't a real account. This is not a real person, okay? I haven't met a liberal dentist since 9/11. That was the wake-up call I needed. Is this a real account?
What the fuck? It's so
Bro,
fake.
okay, no, I spent hours last night. Going through these fucking accounts, okay? I don't think any of these are real. I don't think any of these people are real, okay? And they talk about sports. They look sophisticated, okay? They do. I don't think this is a real person. I don't think it's a real person.
Definitely not real.
I don't think so.
Hell no.
This guy who's not real.
Definitely not
He's not
real.
real. No better way to start off the day, okay? This is a white foot. This is not real.
First day of the CNA, quit already. The money good, but I just can't do it. They got you in there wiping ass all day. They just shit all day, do all that all day. I got a weak stomach. I'm not good under them type of conditions. Had one client ask me, say, Mr. Harris, can you help me? I said, yeah, man. Took him to the bathroom, told him to put his pants down, let him change. Big piece of shit fell out his ass, hit me right in my shoe. I walked on right up out of there, I left him in there, I just couldn't do it. I'm still having flashbacks to the shit smells right now. Nausea, I can just smell the shit in the air. I don't know how y'all do it. Hey, y'all can have the money. But I refuse to be wiping ass all day and taking in too many different smells. I walked out right on my shift, left him still there. Pants down, shit on the floor. I can't do it. Somebody else come in here and come get him. My stomach too weak for that shit, man. I can't do
it. Hell nah.
So there was just a news release. A Pentagon official stated that for the last year, we have had an issue with a mothership, a UFO mothership, dropping drones or unidentified drones. They can't really track them and they can't see them using all of the best equipment. I'm going to read through part of this with you because this is absolutely wild. So this has been going on for almost a year now, apparently, over a few of our military bases. The White House has been talking about it, trying to figure it out nonstop. They can't figure it out still. We're still kind of in the dark because they can't make them stop. They're having to move around some of our fighter jets because of this issue. Let's go to the article. This is wild. Okay, so this is what it's saying. It's for the Daily Mail. It was posted today. Drone swarms targeting U.S. military bases are operated by mothership UFO, claims Pentagon official, top Pentagon official. A retired senior Pentagon official has confirmed that UFO motherships were spotted releasing swarms of smaller craft, adding further mystery to the still unexplained intrusions over multiple U.S. military bases. Two of the notable aspects, he said, are the fact that our drone signal jamming devices have proven ineffective and these craft are making no effort to remain concealed. In fact, in some instances, as Mellon took pains to emphasize, it's clear that they want to be seen as though they're taunting us. They're taunting them. The bizarre craft above Langley Air Force Base, home to at least half of the Air Force's fleet of F-22 Raptor stealth fighters, led to 2 weeks of emergency White House meetings. And over the past 10 months, Air Force investigators, local police, and even NASA analysts operating the space agency's high-tech WB-57F research plane have all taken a crack at trying to identify the mysterious craft with no answers in sight. General Kelly said the unidentified craft appeared to be 20 feet long and were capable of flying over 100 miles per hour, these are the small ones, at an altitude between 3,000 and 4,000 feet. He says, I make no claims regarding their origin. Perhaps they may be Chinese drones, Mellon told Daily Mail. But their brazeness, range, flight duration, reliability, resistance to countermeasures, and indifference to detection are confounding. In some cases, motherships, quote unquote, have been reported, according to Mellon, who also managed security and information operations for part of his time at the Pentagon. These motherships, Mellon clarified, were extremely fast, larger vehicles that have been observed collecting or releasing swarms of smaller crafts. Those are the things they're calling drones. At Langley last December, Air Force personnel equipped with drone busters, signal jamming weaponry designed to counter remotely piloted and enemy drones, reported that these mysterious craft failed to register on their anti-drone devices. So they can't detect them. They can't detect them for some reason. The activation of a specialized NASA aircraft, it's in that picture, equipped with what may be the most sophisticated airborne camera system in the world, suggests that the US government was truly baffled by these incidents. This is absolutely wild. And the fact that we are still at a point where we don't know what it is and they can't make it stop. That's where we are right now. The rogue fleets of small aircraft would disappear into the air each night despite being hunted by the best hardware the Air Force and NASA had on hand. Woo, the episodes were so sustained and disruptive that the entire fighter wing had to be relocated to another base, according to Mellon. General Glenn Van Herrick, the commander with North American Aerospace Defense, or NORAD, command, who led the mission to take down the infamous Chinese spy balloon back in February 2023, described these Langley cases as unlike any other. So I'd say we're at the point where they're officially going to start telling us stuff. We're there. This is happening now. Dude. Okay, love you. Bye.
Think about it too, man. Like, you wonder why the military don't know, like a lot of people in the military don't have any knowledge of this. It's because it's on a need to know basis. It's on a need to know basis. Even people with top secret security clearances don't know a lot of this stuff that's going on. But a lot of people find out by just being around and seeing certain things that are just not normal. But this can also be, you know, y'all think they're gonna reveal that they behind it? Like, hey, y'all, we just playing. We've been fucking with these UFOs for the past 1,000 years. We just playing with y'all. We know how to go through wormholes and go to different planets and stuff through the bottom of the ocean and everything, man. We just been really enjoying the universe, and we gonna start giving y'all little passes through the universe. You know, you can sign up here to take certain portals or certain places to do on vacations, but we're gonna monetize it. We got a system that we done set up these treaties with all these different extraterrestrials and stuff. You know, and you got to follow the guidelines or your ass can get ate. But nah, what if it was something like that though? I was on one, right? Hey, bet. Let's get back to the video though, man.
There are people who've been working on these things for decades now, basically in secret. And I've had the privilege of talking to some of these people over the last 6 or 7 years. And right now, as we're speaking, there's a group of people who are basically going to open source a whole lot of stuff in the next 3 months, so it can never get suppressed again. And that's why I'd like to come back and talk in more detail.
Well, I'd love to have you come back and talk about it, but we got to talk about it a little bit now.
Okay. Well, there's a laboratory right now in the Maldives that's been building prototypes using these technological principles, which are based on implosion rather than explosion. And the inspiration for this...
Tesla's ideas are part of it, I think you mentioned.
Tesla's ideas are very much a part of it. This is the work of Nikola Tesla. And he was... Again, this is way too much for us to get in today. That's why we need to devote a whole session to talking about this.
Okay.
But this was the inspiration. You know, his work was suppressed.
What is all this?
Well, this is the model. And this is diagramming all the frequencies of the elements and what their vibrational frequencies are and the numbers that measure those frequencies. And they're all the numbers we get from looking at these ancient traditions that recur over and over and over again, that I've been talking about in my sacred geometry classes for decades without knowing what the final result was going to be. Plasmoids. Plasmoids, as it says here, are donut or toroidal-shaped clusters of net protons or net electrons that once captured and placed into a toroidal orbit are capable of absorbing, storing, and releasing enormous amounts of energy within their self-generated and structured electromagnetic containment field. Plasmoids, in effect, function as an atomic battery that can be self-charging due to its ability to convert matter to available clean energy. So it's a lot to get into, and I think it would take us kind of off what we're here to talk about.
Okay, y'all, I need some answers. What is going on? What are these things? These people are going crazy. Look at this, y'all. There's so much going on in this video. What is this? Does anybody know what these things are? I have never seen these things in my life. Why do they look like they're supposed to be walking upright, but they're walking on all fours? And they're yelling. Has anybody seen these type of creatures before? Look at this, y'all. It's the yelling for me. It looks like this guy has come across these creatures, but the guy on the tractor, you see how he just ran off the tractor as soon as he saw them? What is going on? Does anybody know what these are? It's like things are happening in different parts of the world.
I think I might know what's going on here, man. It could be a couple things. Either, you know, that's an experiment going wrong, or somebody, one of these hillbillies or something was up in the mountains busting down some animals, and somebody got some explaining to do, or they can really be from somewhere else though. What y'all think? Y'all let me know.
And we have no idea what's going on. It seems like he's trying to get up there, but the tractor's not even working, and then they come across these things over here. But please let us know down in the comments, y'all. Do you have any idea what these things are? This video is strictly for entertainment purposes only, y'all. Let's get this shift. Peace in.
I think that was that had to come from like some type of video game or something. They trying to loop us. The other one looked kind of convincing, right? Might be part of a movie or something. I don't know. Could be real. But this one right here, come on, CGI, man. I think so. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that one in the comments down below. There's a difference. They don't have to stack us like that.
Peace, family. I know y'all probably like, what is that?
I might change my mind now, y'all. Damn.
Listen, this is at a home Not sure exactly where it is, but I had a video up before.
Bet not be my neighborhood. Well,
of a creature coming to someone's home in Texas. Now, where this home is, not really sure, but as you could tell, whatever this thing is huge, and not only huge, but you could really see it. Now, when I run the video, I'm gonna need you guys to look at the top and the bottom. Now, if this thing had on a costume or anything of that nature, boy, this man or woman that's up in this costume is skinny as hell, right? The body does not match a human body. Now, I'm gonna run the video, but just take a look at the face, the eyes, the legs, the arms, the body of this thing that's at the door of these people's home. Now, this is a real life home of somebody that lives there, right? Now, they go into the doors of these people. Now, mind you, I'm so happy. Maybe I need to get me a ring door camera too, because these cameras is capturing every single thing. Now, I'm finna run the video. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think about this. I'm telling you, I always come with them hitters. Like, follow, for share. Follow me for more, because I'm a steady bringer. Run the video. Pay attention, y'all. Look at the eyes. See how black the eyes is? You can't tell me that that's a human, bro. Look at that. Look at the body. Look at the legs, how they don't match. A human can't be that skinny, y'all. A human body cannot be that skinny. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think about this. This is somebody's home. This is somebody's home, y'all, that this thing has come up to. That's a camera. Look, they looking and trying to look in the door type. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think about this. Follow me for more. I bring them to you every day. Follow me for more. Comments. Peace.
boy, look, I know, man. See, it's gonna be a lot of men that's like, yo, that's not real, that's fake. It's a possibility for anything. I say that could be fake, right? But y'all hoping that it's really fake, because look, ladies, it's gonna expose a lot of men out here in the world. When y'all start to get those, if you start to get those calls and something is at my door, baby, something is at my door, it's a big monster, and you show him the video of that shit, and you want him to come over and do something about it, that right there single-handedly is going to destroy a lot of relationships. You're going to see really who you dealing with. Real talk. But look, we're going to keep going, though. This is interesting.
Shit's getting weird. Part infinity. On this episode of what? The White's Wonder.
Close enough, bud.
You like, nigga, what you
That's
say?
Close enough.
The fuck you say?
Close enough. Get out of here. Go. Nope.
What's all this hollering? Motherfucker gave you about 17 to 18 warning signs before he rushed you. The fuck? For real, he was giving you signs with his eyes. Okay, he was like... Alright, bro, I warned you. Charge! But you ain't want to listen. And you get to hollering and shit. I don't understand the hollering part. And I think you picked up the wrong script. Get out of here. Close enough. Those are his lines. Okay? There you go. Why the Whites Wonder Antler Edition.
Hell nah.
What planet are you on? Earth. You know Earth has many names. One of the old Earth names was Saros, which means sorrows, sorrowful. Another was Terrestres. And of course you now have on this planet interterrestrials, terrestrials, and extraterrestrials. You knew that though, didn't you? Also, Gaia. That's when you give the feminine gender to this spectrum. This is what the brother who just left, your brother Kyle, was telling you about. Lady Gaia is a female expression, which she was a female expression before, and now she can express herself truly as she should be, and you can be part of it. That's why the feminine aspect is being reunited now, because your planet is a feminine gender. And she's given birth to more than she knew. She's even given birth to abnormals, everything else, but her penance is paid, and for that, she's getting double promoted. There is your whole key to tonight, the double promotion of Earth. Our Earth is going from the third dimension to the fifth dimension. We're now on the outskirts of the fourth dimension. That's why you can see shadow people. You wake up at night, you don't have to sleep as long. Time seems to be flying by. You're getting all kinds of qualifications. Things telling you to clean up your body, clean up your mind. Those are because your soul is old enough, and no matter what your corpse looks like, which is now what you call the physical body, the soul within it is only a habitat, and you got the body you deserve by the body that you wanted, and the body you wanted is the body you deserve. You change it or alter it as you would, but the thing is you want is your soul. What planet are
He wanted energy from that too. That would be my last sex party. My body will never be ravaged by so many people again, especially while I'm pregnant. What if something happened to the twins? After that, I wanted out. But when I tried dating someone else, they would end up dead from pneumonia. What the I knew Sean was behind it. This was not a coincidence. He gets jealous of a guy and they die of pneumonia. I could be next if... Oh my... So... Didn't she have some kind of pneumonia? Oh... Let's continue. If I'm going to get out of this alive, I'm going to have to do something to make him stay away from me. I had a plan, but it was dangerous. Sean has a vault where he keeps videotapes of all his conquests. I started sleeping with him again. After he falls asleep, he was starting to drink heavily. I would get into the vault and get a couple of tapes, take them home, make copies, and swap them for the next set of tapes a few days later. It took weeks to get them all copied, and he never knew I had them. This was my way out. Some of the tapes had things I would have never expected. The gay parties are one thing, but the young boys like Usher, Lil Bow Wow, Justin Bieber, I would have never known. My God, is he grooming Quincy? This has to end. Ooh. I invited him over one day to confront him and put an end to our on-again, off-again relationship. He entered my house unannounced for the last time. He would no longer have the key after today. I was in the kitchen. Kimora and I were sharing drinks. I was scared to face him alone. Sean entered smiling. "What's up, Kimmy?" "Hey, Mora." I told Sean to sit down. Because of my tone, he looked at me stung and asked, "What's going on?" "What is this?" I responded with delight. "Me taking my life back. We're done." He answered. "Hold on, wait a minute." I was so excited that I wasn't hearing any of it. I shouted at him, "No, no more. This is effing over." He looked confused as he asked, "Where's all this coming from?" With disgust, I said, "I got effing footage, Sean." He looked even more confused as he inquired, "What are you talking about?" Kimora said with revulsion. "Usher too?" Sean said, "Wait, what the F is going on?" Sean stood aggressively, and Kimora responded, "Don't make me call the cops." Sean's anger was creeping in as he replied, "This is how it is?" I simply nodded. If anything happens to either one of us, it gets released. He seethed as he queried, "After all I've done for you?" I don't think I was ever so happy as when I said those words to him. "Get out." Pissed, he started to leave, looking back with pure hatred. As he walked down the stairs, he turned around in a fury and lunged at me. He knocked me down near the top of the stairs. I was hurt. Kimora screamed, "Stop!" As he began to crouch over me, I kicked at him, hitting him in the kneecap, then his face. He went tumbling down the stairs. He was too hurt to get up. I called the cops. Kimora left before they arrived. When he left, it was in an ambulance. I felt empowered. I felt safe. The Sean Combs days had finally come to an end. Chapter 19. Finale. Things were okay for a while. I started dating again. It was almost normal until I got serious with someone. Then my boyfriend died of pneumonia. I knew it was Sean again. That's when I decided to write this book. A few days ago, my home was burglarized. Only laptops were stolen. I know it was that bastard or his goons. Of course, I had a copy in the cloud that I was able to easily download here onto this new computer. As I continue to write now, I'll send this into the cloud as well. I will send out copies via email, and my Google Drive password will be attached so the missing chapters can be accessed. This book must get out. There are so many more chapters to add. This outline is a great start. I have to organize the rest of the chapters and add them in little by little. I plan on spending today working on exactly that, but I'm not feeling very well. Thank God the kids aren't here this weekend, so I can rest. I called Kimora to cancel our tentative plans for a meetup. When I spoke to her, she said, "Girl, that doesn't sound like the flu. You want to go to the hospital?" That didn't immediately alarm me. I just need some rest, I told her, and quickly got off the phone. But why can't I get my doctor? Why won't he pick up the phone? Oh no, I called Sean from my bedroom, where I'm lying in my bed. All I can think about was the kids, my babies who are with this monster, that man that I now suspect of having done this to me. Sean picked up with that air of superiority in his voice that let me know it was too late for me. He spoke confidently into the phone. "Hello?" I screamed at him. "You bastard. I have your effing children. What are you talking about? The kids are with me," he replied with a mocking innocence. There's literally nothing I could do. I could only ask, "Did you ever love me?" Instead of answering the question, he responded, "The most important thing to me in the world is loyalty." I couldn't believe it. I had to ask, even though I understood. What the F does that mean? With the same feigned innocence, he mocked Kim. Is something wrong? He's going to continue this game to the bitter end. I asked one last time, "How could you?" Again, with the narcissism I had now come to despise, he responded, "How could I? Do what? I gave you everything. You went to someone else. You left me just like everybody else did. You asked, how could I? How could I what?" I yelled. "Look what you did to everyone around you." There was only anger in his response. "So you're saying everyone leaves because how I am and you were going to expose me?" He had me burglarized. I knew it. I shouldn't have threatened him. I should have just published the book. I'm going to die like Heavy D, like Biggie, like Pac, like so many others, and it's because he is a monster, plain and simple. Before hanging up, I simply say, "That's not the only copy, you F." Then I shoot out a group text. I let everyone know he got me. Then I call 911. As I sit here waiting for the ambulance, I am writing this chapter and praying that I make it to the hospital. I don't feel like writing anymore. I may not be around to see it in print. It's okay. I'm sending it out. He won't get away with this. I will have to say my final words. Sean Combs will get exposed even if I lose my life doing it. My kids have always been my most cherished possessions. I want the world to know that, but more importantly, I want them to know. And that is the end. And this book basically answered a lot of the questions that we all had. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like, comment, subscribe, share.
I don't know how to get enough.
That was an amazing, beautiful woman right there too. I don't care how mad you get at somebody, like that shit ain't worth it. That's wild. Now she not here for her kids in the physical form, but I hate to see it. That book right there, that shit was deep, wasn't it? Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that in the comments down below.
LLC, any advice? Actually,
but I'll explain what's happening. I'll give you proof. That the atmosphere is changing. We're the one that's changing it because we're crazy. And we're catching, so the atmosphere is changing. Now what happened when the atmosphere changed? That means his guns and his bombs and all the stuff that makes him his warrior that you think you can't fight with, they don't work, because what makes them work is they have only harnessed the energy that's relevant to this atmosphere that make gunpowder, fire, make nuclear stuff work. Now, if the atmosphere changes, none of that shit works. You get it? The atmosphere is changing now.
Now let's take a look at Lake Pontchartrain in Louisiana. This is the longest bridge in the world that runs continuously over water. There's longer bridges, but this is the longest one in the U.S. and again, the longest one in the world that runs continuously over water. 24 miles. And at 24 miles, let's take a look here at the supposed ball earth curvature rate based on 24 miles. So at 24 miles, let's take a look here, and so we get 384 feet. And let's take a look again at Lake Pontchartrain. And the aspect of perspective really needs to be understood before moving forward when it comes to this bridge in particular, as we get this side angle. And I'm going to put pause right here. And as you can see, the concrete pilings as you move your way along the bridge. And obviously, when you get towards the end, it appears it's actually in the water. And this is, again, about perspective. Just as you see here, the telephone poles are the same height, but due to perspective, the nearest one looks the tallest, and the one in the distance obviously looks shorter, and obviously there's something called the vanishing point. Just like you see here, it's just a depiction, but these are real, of course, utility lines, utility poles. And obviously the one closest looks the tallest, the one in the distance looks like it's going down. It's not due to curvature, it's just due to how the human eye works. Again, perspective. Just like the sun, how it works in the sky. It doesn't sink per se, it's just due to perspective and how the human eye works. It remains a constant height as it circles above the flat earth. Due to perspective, it only appears to go down, but in actuality the sun never sets. And take a look at this footage out at sea with a digital camera zooming in at the sun when it appears to be setting. and you zoom in, and it comes back into full display. This shows, without a shadow of a doubt, that the sun doesn't actually set. It's just due to perspective, like I showed earlier. Clear as day. Same exact concept with the utility, the telephone poles, and as I demonstrated here in this model. So these models that are shown match our observed reality as well. Now getting back on topic with Lake Pontchartrain, again at 24 miles, which would calculate to 384 feet when it comes to the so-called curvature rate. Now just for reference, let's take a look at the Statue of Liberty, 301 feet tall, from the bottom to the very top of the torch itself. And as you can see, obviously the Statue of Liberty in the New York Harbor. And for comparison, let's compare the size to a human on ground level. As you can see here, very tall. And again, 301 feet tall compared to 384 feet. That would be the drop for Lake Pontchartrain from one end to another. And just another perspective from the very top. And this is back from 1985 when they replaced the torch itself. And as you can see, it's a very long way down. And that gets into, again, Lake Pontchartrain, which we can see from this vantage point. Obviously very flat as a pancake. And again, due to perspective, the concrete supporters, the pilings, as you can see, they appear taller here. In the distance, they appear to be in the water itself. And this is, again, due to perspective and how the human eye works. And for reference, an overhead view of Lake Pontchartrain and the bridge itself. And let's get to this time-lapse footage. As you can see here, I inserted, just for reference, the Statue of Liberty in the water itself. Now you tell me, is there any deviation in the bridge itself that would quantify 384 feet of curvature? Again, the Statue of Liberty itself at 301 feet, and all we see is flat water. And this bridge, for the most part, there are peaks and valleys, as you can see right here. And that's not due to the so-called curve of the earth. That's just based on the bridge construction itself. And I guarantee you, if you ask the engineers who constructed this bridge itself, if you ask them, did you put the curvature of the earth into consideration when building this bridge? And they'll look at you like a deer in headlights. They'll have no response whatsoever, because they obviously do not calculate the so-called curvature of the earth when they constructed this bridge. And again, there are some peaks and valleys in this bridge. There's ups and downs, but nothing in the realm of a 384-foot drop when it comes to the so-called ball earth. I'll play this a little bit more. Again, this is a time lapse, obviously, but this is a 24-mile bridge, so it's going to take a little bit of time to get to the very end, but we're getting there. And again, no way there's nearly a 400-foot drop from start to finish. Flat as a pancake, no doubt whatsoever. We live on a flat earth. Not only that, it's obviously stationary, God created, and again, unfortunately, the majority of society has been brainwashed, blinded by science, and anytime you present the truth, no matter how objective the proof is, it'll be denied, it'll be ignored, because that's how powerful the programming is.
Tell us what emotions you had.
Well, when I was standing outside that capsule, it was a very quiet and peaceful moment, you know. At that moment, you look at the world, it looks very fragile. You could see the curvature of the earth.
You've been lied to by textbooks, and that dude who jumped out of a perfectly good balloon, what's his name? Felix Baumgartner, he would have been about 2 millimeters above the surface of this globe. That's his edge of space jump. Now, you know, I don't, it's fine. He wants to.
It don't take a rocket scientist to understand that, right? Like, y'all tracking? Like, if this is the Earth You can't be this far off of the earth and see that the earth is round. Like, that's not how it works. It still looks, you still can't even see the curvature of the earth, really. Just think about it.
I don't have a problem if he does it, but the honesty of it would greatly diminish what I think people thought he was actually doing. And not only that, they made sure to photograph him standing there with a really wide-angle lens, which curves horizontal lines. So in the photo, you see this curvature of Earth's surface, and he said, wow, he's in space, look at that.
You could see the curvature of the Earth.
No, he's not. At that height, you...
All you need is a real wide-angle lens like these, man. Like, come on. If you shoot film, you know. If you know, you know. Come on.
You don't see the curvature of the Earth if you are 2 millimeters above this beach ball. You just don't. That stuff is flat. That stuff is flat. That stuff is flat.
Probably none of us will have a job. There will be, but in that benign scenario, there will be universal high income. Not universal basic income, universal high income. There will be no shortage of goods or services. And I think the benign scenario is the most likely scenario, probably, 80% likely, if you ask, in my opinion. The question will not be one of lacking goods or services. You'll have, everyone will have access to as much in the way of goods and services as they would like. The question will really be one of meaning, of how, if the computer can do, and the robots can do everything better than you, then does your life have meaning?
What?
We actually found it. I didn't think we'd find this cave, but here it is. Dungeon. I know, who built it? Yeah. What? No way. Alright, so we have a choice to either keep going on this level or to go up and start go up. Whoever made the staircase knew what they were doing. Dude, the elevator. Holy crap. Dude, it sounds like there's power to it or something. What? Hold on, I'm getting a picture. Whoa, dude, I can see a platform way up.
Just saying.
Go ahead, guys. We actually found it. I didn't think we'd find this cave, but here it is. There's one on that side too. We're gonna have to explore that in a second.
Oh, I see sunlight. Already, yeah, we're on this. Oh, there's another entrance. This is the bridge.
It goes up here.
Probably connects.
Yeah, it looks like it does. Yeah, it connects.
Connected.
And keeps going over here.
More power wires to the socket. Yeah, it's got a bulb in it.
Be careful. Somebody snapped it off.
Oh, what's this? There's a hole right here, bro.
Dude, I see a hole right here too. Yeah.
So that couple of holes going straight
It
down.
goes down to another level.
Alright. Deeper?
As deeper is good in the cave, isn't it?
More to explore.
But let's come back to that. I'll do it in a second if I have to.
Alright.
You want to continue down into this dungeon here?
Yes,
This dungeon.
This is crazy.
I know, who built it?
Yeah, somebody had lights down to here. Look at this.
Yeah, they were living it up.
Right for free.
Yeah. Intact light bulb up there.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Whoa.
Look back here. We got some sort of an operation going on up here.
Does.
We gotta keep going.
So we'll come back to this.
Yep.
The wires still go back here?
No, dude, how do they get power? How is there still electricity? Didn't they suffer from voltage loss?
What is that? Right. 9 lives. Oh, that's the battery. This all-screw battery. You don't even see those anymore.
No way.
Yeah, that's antique stuff.
Let me check. Let me come check out this.
That only I think there is that brand.
Wow. Yeah.
I know I don't. Yeah, that's old school.
We finally came across some clippings from some newspapers, it looks like. Really, really old stuff. And we're just gonna head back now, see what's up that staircase. Cause we're tired of walking. We have been walking and walking, and we finally made it back to this spiral staircase. Look at this thing. Look at it in all its glory. I see conduit run up there or something. Or boxes set at least. Whoa. Whoever made the staircase knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
Whoa. That's cool. There's a disconnect up here. And they carve little steps into the stone here.
Wow. Whoa. Whoa, this is crazy.
Dude.
It's like another whole another level.
I know.
We're on a whole nother level.
I'm scared. Look at this disconnect. It's
right. That's where our power comes in for our lights.
yeah. We're just on a guided tour. Here's the grate that we saw.
Yeah.
Oh, that's probably why that thing exists for the guided tour. I didn't think of that.
Way back when? Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
This too.
Well, then this might be the main level. We might have been
Yeah,
walking down in a sub-level.
They made it really easy for people to walk in here.
Did we bypass the crawl at skinny section?
Yeah. We
How the
did.
hell did we do that? Up instead of down.
Yeah, and it's... No way.
You hear water.
Hold on, I'm getting a picture.
Whoa, dude, I can see a platform way up there, guys.
Platform?
Yeah, I see like a steel grate. It's like the top level up there.
Here, shine light up? Yeah.
The elevator's up there.
Holy crap, dude. That's awesome.
Crazy.
See, they just happy to be there. I'm looking at like the writing and stuff on the damn, like on the little loudspeaker right there, and whatever they got carved in like the elevator door or something. Like,
Dude, this mine is it's a cave,
it's like
but you
strange writing, right? I ain't never seen it before.
think it's a mine with all this. There's a disconnect on the wall.
Yeah, that probably leads back down to the dungeon. I want to look over this thing and see how far it goes down.
And up, yeah. Whoa. Yeah, it's about 100 up. Probably a little more than that.
That's cool.
You guys gotta take a look at this. Wow. Dude, I smell the diesel from the train.
Yeah.
You're right. We gotta be close to the entrance.
Made it.
Oh yeah. We made it. The skeleton of a rat right here. He didn't make it.
He didn't.
He didn't make it. We made it though. Alright.
Guys.
Till next time.
Remind y'all with some of the stuff they found down there in those damn caves, you know, like this stuff right here. It's been down there, y'all. I'm telling you, cave systems and stuff. They're everywhere.
Thinking about the human brain, and I'm saying, how can the brain remember that it forgets something and cannot remember what it forget?
So you're saying the Vanderlei family created this massive city, Haven Underground, to evade the rapidly increasing control of secret societies. And these three men snuck into it, gotten onto a public transport bus, and met an old man who'd not only taken them to a diner to explain the city's origins, but finished the story by informing them that he now had to unalive them as all the folks in the diner simultaneously closed in on them.
Exactly what I'm telling you.
But if they didn't make it out, then who the hell told you the story?
You think Peter trekked into the depths of a Manhattan subway station, uncovered a miles-long tunnel behind a brick wall, and entered a forbidden city unarmed? Look, as folks in the diner closed in on them, it became an all-out brawl. The three of them were fighting for their lives against this mob of people. But it wasn't looking good. Peter, realizing he has no other option, pulls out his hand cannon, and after letting off a few rounds, the people fled in utter shock, like they'd never seen something like that before. I suppose in their peaceful little world, they didn't need them. Unfortunately, by this point, Peter's two friends, Joey and Mark, were unresponsive. And so he runs like hell out of the diner, stops the nearest moving car, and hijacks it, drives back to the other side of the city, where they'd broke in, climbs back up into the tunnel, gets home, and calls me immediately.
You know Peter personally?
That's my day one. So he tells me everything that had happened. Tells me I need to meet him at the Bedford Park station immediately, that there's this tunnel he uncovered. You know, I'm thinking he's crazy. Once I meet him there, he's manic. Looks like he'd been to hell and back, right? He's leading me down the tracks for miles. And as we finally approached the spot where he'd said it was covered. Nothing but a brick wall. I watched him have a mental breakdown right in front of me.
So wait, you can't even confirm that?
Just listen. I know I told him he was crazy. That he was losing his mind doing all these overnight shifts. That Joey and Mark were probably just on vacation or something.
And what happened?
A couple days later, Peter went missing. I haven't seen him since.
Move, bitch!
That's what most people think they'd be moving like if they was down there and something was to pop off. Look, man, that last little segment right there, don't be tricked. What we seen earlier in this video is a direct reflection of what I was telling you about. Those were AI speaking, right? With that last little story. It sounds convincing, but if you listen to the way that they speak and the pattern in which they speak, you can start to catch on. And I don't blame you for being fooled. I'm just educating you on this because once upon a time I was fooled by AI. You know, if you don't know it, you just don't know. That's why we're here to, you know, talk to each other. Just listen to the flow patterns of and the rhythms in which they speak. They can't really speak like us and sauce it up and dribble words and crossover words and stuff like that. They ain't got that sauce. That's what AI is missing. Ooh, not that AI, but that AI bars. You feel me? But look, think about it. It's easily to be tricked out of your position. Like I said in the beginning of this video, when you're being told something from one perspective, you completely ignore most of the time the other perspective. You only perceive this to be the truth. But once you start to look at things from a different angle, certain things might start to appear. Sometimes it might make you feel uncomfortable because, you know, it's outside of your norm. But that's relatively okay because on this channel, we're not just building propaganda. We're building up your mindset to make you a stronger individual so that you're not easily manipulated. you know, we learn from each other and we build. And that's what I promoted on this channel. So I appreciate y'all for, you know, rocking with your boy, the people that make it to the end of these videos, man. Make sure y'all keep spreading that positivity, spread these videos. Tag me in them on Instagram. I'll be sure to repost y'all videos, man. Your favorite clips and stuff over here. I repost them on my Instagram. Just tag me in them. But look, man, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all, man. We on our way to 1 million subscribers, man. And we'll be there someday. We just gonna keep building in the meantime, spreading good vibes. But I see you on the next video. Like I always say, spread love, because there's too much hate in this world. I love you guys. I see you in the next video. And I'm out though. Blah.